Welcome back to the Takeout. My esteemed colleague, Ed O'Keefe, who sometimes helpfully anchors this show in my absence, spoke with Maryland Governor Wes Moore because Ed is substitute hosting Face the Nation this Sunday. Here's some of that interview.
We are very dangerously, we're lurching again into another forever war. And this is a forever war that is very similar to the one that I fought in, where I led soldiers with the 82nd Airborne Division in Afghanistan. And I know that the United States was in Afghanistan for 20 years, that it cost this country over $2.5 trillion, that we lost over 2,400 American lives. And we did it because we said we wanted to change the Taliban. Mm-hmm. And 20 years later, you know who's in charge of Afghanistan? The Taliban. And so I feel like we are lurching into another one of these forever wars that we're asking the American people to pay for, but the President of the United States and the Commander-in-Chief has still yet to articulate what exactly it is that we're doing.
As we meet here, there are search and rescue operations underway now inside Iran because a U.S. fighter jet has been shot down. In recent days, the President suggested this operation will be done in 2 to 3 weeks. That doesn't seem to sit with you.
This is sitting horribly with me because I'm thinking about these families. I'm thinking about the families of our service members who right now are afraid to pick up the phone because they're afraid to hear what is on the other end of the line. That we had a President of the United States talk about the military success that we have seen thus far, while still without acknowledging the fact of the long road ahead, and no one understands or has been articulated to us what exactly it is that we are doing or what success looks like. And so I'm praying for these families, but also what I'm praying for is some clarity from the White House.
CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins me now. Well, the governor,
in person,
yes,
not just in your wall.
Exactly. The governor went in a direction that he may find some criticism for.
Yeah.
Already comparing this to Afghanistan. Afghanistan was started under completely different circumstances, 9/11, and the goals there were different, and already describing this as a forever war. I mean, the president went to great pains in his primetime address this week to say it isn't forever, it is of a short duration, it may be a short duration after that.
Right, and yet 32 days the night he spoke, so we're at day 34. About 5 weeks. It is certainly not to that length. But what he's articulating is what many Democrats especially are concerned about, and that is you've launched yet another war. You've given very little clear explanation of what you want to do and what is the end goal. And we know how this can go if it isn't checked at some point soon. What it also starts to do is it now puts governors who may be military veterans but have no practical foreign policy experience otherwise now on the record in these ways, criticizing this. And there were some questions asked, you'll see Sunday, about, well, what would you do, or what should the next president do about Iran and about some other world issues? And you see there some examples of a governor that needs to do a little more thinking on that, because the criticism's one thing. Well, what's the solution? And
right.
There is the Democratic problem yet again on all issues. You can criticize the president, but what would you do about it? And the what would you do about it is harder to answer right now.
Always is.
Right.
Ed O'Keefe, appreciate the time very much. You can watch more of Ed's interview with Maryland Democratic Governor Wes Moore this Sunday on Face the Nation, 10:30 a.m. Eastern.